channel. This is Cloudeea and I feel like I have to introduce myself again because I've been away for quite some time, but I had good reasons. On October 9th, I actually had a minor surgery, which went well. I'm healthy, I'm doing good, and yeah, I took some time off of social media because, well, I didn't really need to recover. It was such a minor surgery, like I said, but I don't know, I still didn't feel good right after it. It was just stomach problems, like what happens in the belly stays in the belly. As you can see, this is not my room. This is a new setup. I didn't move. I am actually in an Airbnb that I got in Naples. If you don't know Naples, here's Naples. Boom, boom, bang. Naples is famous for pizza. Ooh. And today for lunch, I actually got to have pizza, where pizza margherita was created for the queen margherita. So I'm just throwing it out there. I'm cool. Here's a picture of my pizza. And the aftermath. This video, I decided to ask you guys to send me questions that you always wanted to ask me so I could give you the answers you need. Before I actually start reading the questions, I want to sum up a couple of the most common ones. I'm a Leo. My name is actually spelled Cloudeea. And I'm Italian. When I say I'm Italian, I mean that I was born here in Italy, raised here in Italy, and when I was about 13, I started teaching myself English. Yep, let's dive in. If you could live in one US city, which one would it be and why? I've only been in California, as in for the States, and I've only been in the States once, which means that I haven't seen anything pretty much. I just loved my time there, but I can't say that that's where I would live because I haven't seen any other places. On the other hand though, I haven't seen the other places, so I can't say that I would want to live there. I think if I could pick one though, it would be either somewhere in LA or somewhere in Texas. I've always loved Texas. I've never been. I can't wait to go. So yeah. What's your all-time favorite movie and television show? Italian or international? Favorite movie ever has always been and always will be Romeo plus Juliet. Ooh, 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 ooh. Favorite TV show? I have a couple. My TV show that's like the closest to my heart has always been Gilmore Girls. 3 words: Jess and Rory. That's all I'm gonna say. How many siblings do you have? I have one sister. She is 31 right now. She's gonna turn 32 in April, and she's 9 years older than me. You do meet and greets with your fans. You're very beautiful, by the way. Well, thank you, Katie. I don't do meet and greets outside of Italy. I don't really like the term of meet and greets. I'm always like, if I travel and some supporters find me and decide to come by and take pictures and stuff like that, that's what I like. Also, most of my audience, it is from the States, and with places like, you know, playlists, which I couldn't attend last year. Hopefully I'll be able to attend this year. Pay for your ticket, and that's how I would like all of my meet and greets to be like. Just an open public place where everyone that supports what I do can come by and just say hello, what's up, because at the end of the day, if you like what I do, if you like my show and Younow, plug, if you like my YouTube videos, if you like anything of the content that I put out for you guys are my friends. You know, you're not just, you guys are right here. Who inspired you to become famous on the interweb? By the way, I love you, mommy. That's Haley. First, I love you too. Second, I'm definitely not famous. And third, I love the way you said interwebs. Once that I said it twice, my audience comes from this platform called Younow, which is a live streaming website. I started about a year ago, and it was out of boredom, out of a lot of things that I was going through. I didn't have a job. I had quit school before that. I kind of find myself in a very awkward stage in my life where I didn't know what was happening. Plus, a couple weeks before my sister got married, our dog died and other people passed away that were close to me. So it was a very emotional time for me, and I was dealing with all that by myself at the house, spending most of my time alone. So I turned to something to distract me from overthinking and overanalyzing and just being sad. And here I found Younow. What was the weirdest dream you've ever had? I have a lot of weird dreams. Most of them I can't remember. I can't remember for like 5 seconds after waking up, but then they all go away because it's such weird stuff. There's one that I remember and that I use now as a joke because somehow my twisted mind managed to have that dream, and now I'm slowly thinking about having to be a reality. In this dream, I pretty much find a way to slide through security. Don't ask me, I don't remember where we were, I don't remember what we were doing, but I found my way to slide in Leonardo DiCaprio's security so that I could kidnap him, take him to Vegas, have him marry me, and he was stuck. Now, in reality, these things wouldn't work. Why? Because A, it's illegal. 2, I'm 5'3". Take on bodyguards? Rarely. And I'm also pretty sure that if you drug up someone and then you have them marry you legally, but they were not conscious, I don't think that works. But I love Leonardo DiCaprio so much that I just... I would do anything. What's your favorite song and favorite artist? So my favorite song of all time is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, and she is definitely my favorite artist ever. But if you meant as in what's your favorite song right now, I think it would have to be What They Want by Russ. Can we be friends? I can have a shout out. You're awesome, by the way. Keep it up. Thank you, Danny, in parenthesis, YouTuber. Of course, we can be friends, and here's your shout out. You come to Scotland one day. I want to travel to as many countries that I've never visited as much as I can. I would love to go to Scotland one day and meet you and have some fun. So it's definitely on my list. I can tell you when, because I don't know, but yeah. If you could do a collab with any other YouTuber, big or small, who would it be? Liza Koshy and just David Dobrik, and just being in that group. I just love the vibe that I personally get when I watch their videos. Group of friends having fun, and yes, David Dobrik has scripted vlogs, but you can see they're really friends. They enjoy doing what they're doing, and to me, that's what it's all about. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that only take into consideration how to make views, which is kind of the point of doing YouTube. You would never just post a video. You would never just vlog an entire day, edit, and then post it, and blah, 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 for 2 people to see it. You do want a lot of people to see it, but that's not the only point. Views, when they become your only goal, it's just, you're over. Like, it's not fun anymore. Which happens a lot of times, and we've seen that, and most of the time these people turn to drama and beef, fake beef, real beef, steak beef, chicken. If you were to take over any Younow account for a day, which would you choose? With taking their accounts, I think it would also mean taking their life. So I guess I would want to be Mama Liz for a day because she has 6 kids. Definitely would want to know what being a mom of 6 is, and she's just so naturally funny and naturally beautiful, and I don't know what her secret is, but God almighty. And for the guys section of Younow, I would want to be DEEFIZZY. So here's the story of how we met. I was watching him on Younow and he seemed very freaking familiar, but I couldn't pick up on where I had seen him. So after some thinking, I realized that I thought I was dating him back in middle school. I remember who approached who, we just got in contact, and I had very poor English and I was actually just starting out. And I think we started somewhat liking each other and call ourselves boyfriend and girlfriend. And that was like, oh, that's him. That's one day he stops by my stream and I was like, no, hold it. Damon, you have no idea, but I know you. At first, I was just telling him, we used to date on Facebook. And he said, well, I do have Facebook, but I've never seen you. I've never pretended I dated anyone. I think you got catfished. Started becoming friends and now we're really close, but I give him a lot of shit and he gives me a lot of shit, but I love him to death. And yeah, I don't care what he says. It was him. He just doesn't want to admit it. To be a celebrity for a day, who would you be? Oh man, girl crush is Kat Dennings. I think she is the bombest looking human being ever. And if I were to be a guy celebrity for a day, I think I would want to be Dylan O'Brien. I want to know what that is like. I wish I knew what that was like, to be both funny and attractive.
All around me are familiar faces.
If you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would you eat? Steak, absolutely, and Nutella. Anything with Nutella on it, it's there, you got it. This person asked me if I have a job. When I graduated high school, I was studying in college and I dropped out. And since I dropped out, I've done all sorts of jobs. I've been a secretary, I've been a phone collector. Then I found Younow, which was honestly just for fun. And it became my job. It is my only job and I would want it to be my only job forever because I have so much fun doing it. Okay, now I left a couple questions for the very end because they were kind of private and I wanted to have a whole segment about it. This one says, are you friends with any of your exes? The answer is yes. I think being friends with an ex kind of relies on how you guys broke up, if it was a bad relationship or a good relationship, if it was a good or bad breakup, and if regardless of breaking up, even if it was not a mutual decision, you still have love for one another. I don't think I'm a saint at all, but there's one thing about me. When I break up with someone or where I decide to not see someone anymore, it's always because I don't think we're working out, even if I wish we would be working out, or I just don't feel the same about them. I like to say that I only had one boyfriend because it's the only person that mattered to me, and we did reconnect here and there, and I just watch this person grow and I don't have anything in common with this person anymore. It's just, you know, when you grow apart. This question comes from a friend of mine, actually. Well, she's a viewer, but she knows quite a bit about my past and my present relationship status. And I guess she kind of just wanted to ask me this so I could talk about it. Pros and cons about being in a long distance relationship. Distance sucks, especially at the very beginning of a relationship, because relationships are awkward as they are. At the beginning, it's just like you're getting to know someone, you're getting to know their habits, getting to know who they are, what they like, how they handle certain situations. So that's quite the process as it is. And then when you have to approach these changes and understand this person when they're not even with you, that's when it gets ridiculous sometimes, because there are so many things that you have to worry about and you don't truly enjoy the getting to know the other person. I think a pro is that being very challenging, it also kind of helps you structure your relationship differently. Because when you really like someone or when you really love someone and you are in the position of having to deal with all your emotions while being distant from one another, you kind of find new tricks, new life hacks, so that you can still function and your relationship can work. It's kind of like you are exposed to a lot more risks, so you kind of do damage control with how you argue with someone, how much you argue with someone, what are the things that you shouldn't be arguing about. You kind of get that really quick. There's things that matter and there's things that don't matter. There are 3 things that you like about yourself and 3 things that you hate about yourself. Things that I like about myself. I think of myself as someone who's very loving and very caring. I like that I somehow make people laugh one way or the other. I'm never trying to, I just do. I think it's because I'm stupid or it's because I'm really goofy. I don't always do that, meaning that I can't always do that, but I always try and put myself in the other person's shoes when we're having an argument or when I'm trying to understand what they're coming from. The things that I hate about myself: I'm not very patient. I cannot trust people that much anymore. So sometimes I give the vibe of someone that's pushing you away. I'm not necessarily pushing you away. Honestly, I'm really messy. Well, you could say, well, just don't be. Yes, but I also hate having to be something different than who I really am. So I guess I'm really messy and I hate it, but I just cannot control it. Do you have any advice for people with anxiety? I do suffer from anxiety. I think in the past it was a little bit more than it is now, probably because now I kind of understand myself a little bit more. My anxiety came from not knowing what the future holds, and it would really get me worried about pretty much anything when it came to school or family, or just what I was gonna do after my degree, what job I wanted to have, if I was gonna be qualified for that or not, blah 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 blah. I guess things fell into place or started falling into place. I don't have my life figured out. I know that 2 years ago, thinking about not being in school and not having a stable job would make me absolutely freak out to the point where I would cry. But right now, I'm not in school and I have a job that it's not stable, meaning it's social media, you know, it's quite difficult, especially for small people like me. I have to say that who I am today understands that you can't always have everything under control. I just let things go the way that they should have. I experimented. I gave myself the possibility of choosing between different things that I found interesting. So there was internet, there was cooking, there was a lot of things. I just threw myself out there in a way of, I don't know, we'll see. And that helped me understand what I want and what I do not want. And honestly, the thing that I do not want is to go back to who I was before. So you guys, these are the questions for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it up and subscribe to my channel for more pointless content. Pointless content. Pointless content. Dubai.